Ojai. Uruguay, the state in the southeast part of South America, on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. In the north borders on Brazil, in the west on Argentina, in the east and the south it is washed by the Atlantic Ocean. The extent of 1564 km, the coastline -660 km have overland borders. The Union Mercosur, UDO. Unitary state. The capital, Montevideo. The country received the name in honor of the river Uruguay of the same name, which name, in turn, comes from language of Indians of Guarani and is translated as, the river of multicolored birds. Expression of República Oriental appeared when replacing Banco Oriental. East Coast. After establishment of the republican form of government. Before conquest of the territory of modern Uruguay by Spaniards in his territory there lived tribes of Indians of Charo. In the 16th century. Since 1515. Penetration of Spaniards began. In 1776-1810 the territory of the country, East Strip which was called then, was a part of the Vice-Kingdom of Rio de la Plata. After the beginning of national liberation fight, residents of Uruguay, in particular the Gaucho, supported revolutionary fight of José Gervasio Artigas for independence both of Spain, and from Buenos Aires and also from the Portuguese troops which intruded from Brazil. 1810. In Uruguay the popular uprising against the Spanish colonial domination began. Fight was headed by José Artigas. In 1811 independence of Uruguay of Spain was declared. In 1814 Uruguay was freed from the Spanish troops. In 1821 Uruguay was included in structure of Brazil. Independence of the country was declared in 1825 when group of the former guerrillas of East Province, known as 33 Orientales, led by Juan Antonio Lavallejo, by means of the connected provinces of South America led fight against the Brazilian Empire. In 1830 the first constitution of the country was adopted. The 1830th year's emergence of the main parties of the country, Colorado. That is, Color, the pro-Brazilian orientation. And Blanco, White, the pro-Argentina orientation. 1896. The National Bank of the Republic Uruguay is founded. Constitution 1919. 1933 Dissolution of Parliament by the President Gabriel Terra. 1938 Restoration of Democracy. 1965-1972 Aggravation of Political Struggle, City Guerrilla of Tupamaros, Terror of the Nationalist Armed Defense. 1973-1984 The period of military dictatorship. 1985 After holding parliamentary and presidential elections in 1984 the power is delegated to civilians. The constitution is adopted on a referendum. Uruguay is the republic. The head of state and the governments, the president elected by the population for a 5-year term. Election for the second term in a row is inadmissible. In 2020 Luis Alberto Lacalle was elected the president of the country. Parliament. The upper house, the Senate. 30 places. Deputies are elected on a proportional system. The lower house, the House of Representatives. 99 places. Deputies are elected on a proportional system. At the same time, each department of Uruguay has to be presented in chamber by not less than 2 dicks. Term of office of deputies of the General Assembly -5 years. The White Front, the Left Coalition, 15 senators and 50 deputies. The National Party, White, the Right, 10 senators and 32 deputies. The Krasny Colorado Party is right-centrist, 4 senators and 13 deputies. Independent Party, left-centrist, 1 senator and 3 deputies. National Assembly, the Radical Left Coalition, 1 deputy. The White Front includes 7 parties, including the Communist Party of Uruguay, the Socialist Party of Uruguay and Party of a Victory of the People. It is washed by waters of the Atlantic Ocean. Hilly territories to the south gradually are replaced by the lowlands, which are continuation of the Argentina Pampas. Coast of Uruguay low, leveled, Lagny type. The highest point, the mountain Cerro Cathedral of 514 m. More than 10 islands, many of which are reserves and resorts. The climate is subtropical, oceanic. Average temperatures of January of 22, 24 C, July of 10, 12 C. During invasion of the southern winds, Pampero, there is a night short-term fall of temperature to 5 C. In such cases are possible hoarfrost loss. Rainfall drops out during the whole year with an autumn maximum from 1000 min the south and in internal areas and up to 1200 min the north and on heights. The countries with the high level of income as of 2019. Dark blue, the countries with the high level of income are allocated. Blue, the former countries with the high level of income are allocated. Uruguay, one of the most economically developed countries of Latin America. DDD per capita in 2019, $22.4 thousand. The second place in Latin America, the 60th place in the world. The economy of Uruguay is focused on export of products of livestock production, to a lesser extent, agriculture and fishery. At the same time, in agriculture 9% working are engaged in the industry of 15%, in services industry of 76%. Recently the importance in economy was occupied by tourism and banking. About 75% of all enterprises are concentrated in the capital, the city of Montevideo. According to data of the World Bank, Uruguay belongs to the category of the countries with the high level of income. The minimum wage in Uruguay, one of the highest in Latin America. The minimum wage grew by 10% in nominal terms since January 1, 2017 and for 9.5% since January 1, 2018 and made $U. $416.06. On January 1, 2019 he made $U. $461.70. And $U. $504.97. In 2020, the minimum wage grew by 55.5% since 2005. Since January 1, 2020 the minimum wage makes $U. $438.47. Since January 1, 2021 the minimum wage makes $U. $423.51. As of January 1, 2021 the minimum wage in Uruguay is the second highest in South America after Chile. 326,500 peso. $463.58. In Uruguay 17930 peso. $423.51. And the third highest in Latin America, after Costa Rica and Chile. In Costa Rica, 317,915.58. $519.51. In Chile 326,500 of peso. $463.58. As of 2019, Uruguay, according to the Index of Perception of Corruption, has the lowest level of corruption among the countries of Latin America and occupies 21 places in the world, right after Japan. The volume of foreign trade of Uruguay in 2017 was estimated at $8.85 billion on export and $9.7 billion on import. Negative balance of foreign trade, $867 million. Main export goods. The frozen and processed beef, up to 17.5%. Paper and cellulose products, 16%. So, 7.6%. Rice, 5.3%. In general, in export food and agricultural products, chemical products prevail. The main trade partners on export: China, $2.02 billion. Brazil, $1.32 billion. Netherlands, $492 million. USA, $474 million. And Argentina, $452 million. Main import goods: oil and oil products, up to 16%. Industrial and household machines, the equipment and electronics, up to 17%. Cars, 4.3%. And also chemical products, including drugs and pesticides, consumer goods and construction materials. The main trade partners on import: Brazil, $2.45 billion. China, $1.71 billion. Argentina, $18 billion. USA, $975 million. And Mexico, $231 million. Industry: food, meat packing, wine making, canning, textile, canning and shoe, agriculture. Farmlands occupy about 9/10 territories of the country, from them pastures occupy about 14 million hectares. The livestock production of the export direction, cultivation of meat breeds of cattle and wool sheep is developed. Main crops: wheat, rice, sugar cane, corn, and olive flax, sunflower, fodder herbs for the cattle. Grow up also grapes and citrus. In 2014, production and the use of marijuana is authorized. 95.6% of the electric power are produced on hydroelectric power station, other on thermal power plant. Extent of the railroads of 2835 km. From them in operation of 1570 km, the diesel draft, width of a track of 1435 m is used. How is about 10000 came? In 1933 Uruguay established diplomatic relations with the USA. On December 27, 2018 the Cabinet of Ukraine approved the agreement with the government of Oriental Republic of Uruguay on mutual cancellation of visa requirements. On September 26, 2011, on Fields, the 66th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York, there took place the meeting of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation as 5. Lavrov with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Oriental Republic of Uruguay 50. Almagro. Ministers signed the agreement between the government of the Russian Federation and the government of Oriental Republic of Uruguay on conditions of refusal of visa formalities at mutual trips of citizens of two countries. Uruguay is divided into 19 departments, which in turn are divided into municipalities. Population -3. 5 million. Assessment for July 2010. Annual gain -0.4%. Fertility -1.9 births only woman. Average life expectancy is 73 years at men, 80 years at women. Urban population -92%. In 2008. Literacy -98%. Assessment for 2003. Languages Spanish. Official. On border with Brazil, a dialect on the basis of mix of the Spanish and Portuguese languages. Level of proficiency in English, according to the rating of FEP, average. FEP index. Ethno-racial structure. White -88%. From them and a half Spaniards and Basques, 1/4 Italians and also Germans, the French, Swisses, the British, Slavs, Arabs, Jews, Armenians, Lithuanians, Greeks. Métis -8%. Mulattoes -4%. Confessional structure. Catholicism -47.1%. Protestants -11. 1%. Are believers, but don't rank themselves as followers of any religion -23.2%. Apostolic Armenians -0.8%. Are followers of religion Umbanda and the African cults -0.6%. Jews -0.3%. Other religions -0.4%. Atheists and agnostics -17.2%. The state TV company, TNU. Television Nacional de Uruguay, National Television of Uruguay. Includes the TV channel of the same name, the state radio company, RNU. Radio Nacional de Uruguay, National Radio of Uruguay. Includes radio stations Radio Uruguay, Radio Clásica and regional state radio stations. Holidays. On April 19, day of an expedition of the 33rd. On May 18, the Battle of Los Pedros of Montevideo. On June 19, the birthday of Jose Artigas. On July 16, the Victory Day on the FIFA World Cup. On July 18, the Constitution Day. On August 25, the Independence Day. The soccer is the most popular sport in Uruguay. The soccer national team of Uruguay became the winner of the first in the history of the FIFA World Cup. In 1950 in Brazil again I won a rank of the world champion, in the final having beaten owners at just opened Stadium Maracana. I won at the Olympic Games in 1924 and 1928. The team won the Cup of America on soccer 15 times. The top scorer in the history of the national team is Luis Suarez. By a black pearl, call Jose Andrade, the world champion of 1930, the two-time Olympic champion minus 1924 and 1928. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.